Been conquered. Our towns have been, you take a look at Aurora, take a look at Springfield. We have a town of 50,000 people, and they drop 30,000 illegal migrants. They used a little technicality so we don't call them, but that, to me, that's illegal.
Hello and welcome to What the Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Anditas. Let's get to it. It's Monday, November 4th, 2024. Welcome to day 1385. The 2024 presidential election is tomorrow. Donald Trump, who tried to overturn his 2020 election loss, said he shouldn't have left the White House. He added, "We did so well, so now every polling booth has hundreds of lawyers standing there." Trump has not committed to accepting the results of the 2024 election unless he wins, baselessly claiming that Democrats are demonic and a bunch of cheats, and suggesting that Kamala Harris is nothing more than a vessel. He also complained about a new poll that shows him lagging behind in Iowa, a state that he carried twice, saying, "We got all this crap going on with the press and with fake stuff and fake polls," suggesting that the poll from the Des Moines Register and Mediacom was put out by one of my enemies. And at rally after rally, he has urged his supporters to deliver a victory too big to rig, telling them the only thing that can stop us is the cheating. It's the only thing that can stop us.
We're leading by a lot. We're leading by numbers that nobody's ever seen before. Some people said, I really don't believe these polls. This is going to be a landslide because, we did a great job for 4 years.
In 2020, Trump prematurely declared victory from the White House, launched a legal and political effort to overturn his loss, which resulted in the January 6th Capitol riot. Since then, Congress has passed the Electoral Count Reform Act, making it harder to stop the certification of the results by Congress on January 6th, which Trump tried to do 4 years ago. Trump also suggested that Liz Cheney should have guns trained on her face, wondering how his prominent Republican critic would fare with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her. During an interview with Tucker Carlson, Trump said Cheney is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her. Okay? Let's see how she feels about it, when the guns are trained on her face. Cheney responded in a post on social media saying, "This is how dictators destroy free nations. They threaten those who speak against them with death. We cannot entrust our country and our freedom to a petty, vindictive, cruel, unstable man who wants to be a tyrant." Kamala Harris, meanwhile, said Trump's violent rhetoric about Cheney must be disqualifying. Anyone who wants to be president of the United States who uses that kind of violent rhetoric is clearly disqualified and unqualified to be president. Trump also said that he wouldn't mind if someone had to shoot through the fake news to get to him. He made the remark while complaining about the bulletproof glass surrounding him on stage, saying, "I have this piece of glass here, but all we really have over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much. I don't mind. Trump's campaign, meanwhile, denied that he was wishing harm upon the media, but instead saying that he was implying that the media was in danger and that they should have had a glass protective shield also. Moving on, Trump refused to rule out banning vaccines if he's elected and said that Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s plan to remove fluoride from public water sounds okay to me. Trump said RFK Jr. would have a big role in the administration if Trump wins, and called the conspiracy theorist and vaccine skeptic a very talented guy who has strong views. Major public health groups, including the American Dental Association, American Academy of Pediatrics, and the CDC, support water fluoridization, citing studies that show the mineral has reduced dental decay by at least 25%. The treatment of public water with small amounts of fluoride has been hailed as one of the most important public health interventions of the past century. Still, RFK Jr. said that among the first acts of a second Trump administration would be for him to advise all U.S. water systems to remove fluoride from public water. Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson said that Republicans probably will try to repeal the CHIPS and Science Act if they end up with control of Congress and Trump in the White House. The CHIPS and Science Act was passed in 2022 and will invest more than $200 billion over a 5-year period to help the U.S. regain a leading position in the semiconductor chip manufacturing sector. So far, the CHIPS Act has allocated $19.5 billion to Arizona, $75 million to Georgia, $325 million to Michigan, $750 million to North Carolina, and $93 million to Pennsylvania. Johnson later said that he misheard the question, and Kamala Harris said, "Let's be clear about why he walked it back, because it's not popular, and their agenda is not popular. It is my plan and intention to continue to invest in American manufacturing, the work being done by American workers, upholding and lifting up good union jobs." Last week, Johnson said there would be no Obamacare if Trump won the White House, prompting the Trump campaign to issue a statement that repealing the ACA is not a policy position. And finally, at a rally hours before the election, the Republican Party's presidential candidate, Donald Trump, used a microphone holder on his podium to pantomime the act of giving fellatio. After he experienced microphone problems, Trump asked his supporters, "Do you want to see me knock the hell out of people backstage? I get so angry. I'm up here seething. I'm seething. I'm working my ass off with this stupid mic. I'm blowing out my left arm. Now I'm going to blow out my right arm, and I'm blowing out my damn throat, too, because of these stupid people." Trump then took the microphone off the stand and began simulating fellatio. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Anditas.